So here's the data. Work out for the 3 countries how many people they have sent to each event, and once you do that, the question should be easy to solve.
उसको लेफ्ट ही है, मैं उधर बैठ गया, मैं राइट ही मुझे इधर बैठ गया।
तो मैं क्या करूँ?
बोल रहा ग्राफ
नहीं पूछता। writing down long sentences, the information you're wasting too much of time. And the data is already there. You have to minimize the amount of effort you're putting in. No idea क्या चल रहा है आगे कैसे बढ़ना है totally stuck there no idea how to start what is the data given three countries 3 events each country has something related to each event so what type of representation is the easiest way to put such data. So create a table.
Sir.
Yes.
If you line that there was a
Which one? Correct.
सर तो अभी जो ये वाला स्टेटमेंट है there was a decrease in 20% of athletes. ये वाला स्टेटमेंट could give me the total in Y.
नहीं. There was a decrease in 20% of athletes sent from Y to Z by country B.
हाँ तो sorry B सेट में मुझे मतलब B कंट्री में ने सेट में कितना किया?
That is 20% less than Y.
हाँ so वो मुझे मिल सकता है और फिर उसके हिसाब से मेरे पास ऑलरेडी ये दो टोटल है. So I could get this one.
But
पता नहीं चल रहा उसमें रिप्रेजेंट कैसे करें.
check करो. So there are 3 basic concepts which are being tested in this. One, you should understand percentages.
BZ is 80% of.
Second, ratios, and of course, third, linear equations x, y, z.
80% of BY लिख सकते हैं.
कौन सा?
वो स्टेटमेंट में BZ is equal to 80% of BY.
Yes.
हाँ तो
वैसे ही तो करना है. So you have to use all concepts of percentages, ratios, and linear equations to be able to solve this.
4 by 5 BY.
Anyone done?
Okay.
Anyone?
सर होना है.
हाँ?
होना है.
हाँ तो होने के बाद बोलो ना. Believe me, once I show you, you'll be like, yeah, इतना simple था. It is actually simple. आंसर पॉइंट में आ रहा है 3.5 एथलीट सेंड किए उन्होंने नहीं तो समझे आधा एटलीस्ट काट के भेजो जरासंध की तरह 2 टुकड़े करके भेजो यू कांट आंसर डेफिनेटली पॉइंट में नहीं आ सकता हां तो कहीं तो गड़बड़ की है बट दैट्स अ गुड कैच इस नंबर ऑफ एथलीट्स पॉइंट में कैसे आ उतना भी अगर स्ट्राइक हो गया तो इज गुड वी हैव रियलाइज्ड दैट आंसर कैन नॉट बी डेसिमल पॉइंट्स और फ्रैक्शंस इट हैज टू बी होल इंटीजर्स done. Okay. One person got it. Got it. Pura set. All 9. Good. It is actually pretty simple if you look at it. हाँ? I didn't hear, so I didn't get the joke.
आपने बोला देखोगे तो like it's an easy answer अभी आप बैठ के आंखों में तो
हाँ, but सिर्फ आँखों का enough नहीं है, you need the entire optic system including the brains.
So,
हाँ,
is there a table correct?
A, B, C, X, Y, Z.
Correct as in correct.
You are asking me for the data in the table.
नहीं, I'm just asking if it is correct or not.
You can take A, B, C, X, Y, Z or A, B, C, X, Y, Z. Either way,
जो देखा है वो सही है.
वो पता नहीं, वो तो individually check करना पड़ेगा ना. ये तो quadratic equation बनाएगा. I have no idea about the data inside, but it looks okay, but I'm not confirming the numbers that you have put in. But you can complete the entire table, you can fill with perfect numbers. You'll get integral numbers everywhere. क्या हुआ? नहीं हो रहा? How many of you are like थोड़ा और टाइम चाहिए हो जाएगा?
कैलकुलेशन नहीं है
Okay, how many of you like अटक गए बीच में? कुछ नहीं हो सकता. And how many of you like छोड़ो ना सर आज 3 घंटे सोना ही है हमको. क्या होगा तुम लोगों का? हाँ? भाई मैथ्स छोड़ेगा तो पंगे हो जाएंगे लाइफ में. दुनिया में कोई भी सब्जेक्ट छोड़ सकते हैं, मैथ्स नहीं छोड़ सकते. At the end of the day, if you want to just understand कि कितना पगार कमाना है, तो भी मैथ्स तो अब उतना ही है, उससे ज्यादा है भी नहीं ये. चलो, shall we take a look at it and show how easy it is to solve this one? Okay. So they have our 3 countries A, B, and C, right? So let us put the 3 countries A, B, and C, and they have sent to 3 different Olympic events. So my events X, Y, and Z. तो मस्त एक टेबल बना देते हैं आपने इसके लिए. Nice. Okay. Now I won't read the entire data first. Each line I read, if possible, I'll try to keep filling in the information on in the table, right? पहले पूरा डेटा पढ़ेंगे तो खिचड़ी हो जाती है दिमाग में. तो जैसे जैसे पढ़ेंगे वैसे वैसे डेटा को डालते जाएंगे टेबल के अंदर. लेट्स सी हाउ टू डू दैट. सो द फर्स्ट वन वी स्टार्ट विथ इन इवेंट X, country A sends 20% more athletes than event Y. So country A sends 20% more athletes than in event Y. So can I start with it sends P number of athletes in event Y? So 20% more athletes in X. So can I say that in event X it has sent how many? 120 by 100 अगर परसेंटेज का इतना फंडा डालना है. और to make life simple, can I say 1.2 times P? 20% more is 120 upon 100. To simplify it, can I simply say 1.2 times P? So okay, my first 2 information, A sends 20% more athletes than in X than Y. Okay. Next, the ratio of the number of athletes sent by country B in event Y to that sent by country C in event Z is 8:5. So can I now say that B sent 8Q to Y and C sent 5Q to Z? And I have to take another variable because I don't know कि जो 1.2 P and P है वो सेम नंबर्स है कि नहीं. सो वेरिएबल्स में कंफ्यूजन में सब में सेम वेरिएबल नहीं लूंगा. सो द रेशियो ऑफ नंबर ऑफ एथलीट्स सेंट बाय कंट्री B इन इवेंट Y टू दैट सेंट बाय कंट्री C इन इवेंट Z 8:5. सो 8Q and 5Q. यहां तक कोई तकलीफ दुख दर्द नहीं. ओके. नाउ आई नो दैट द टोटल नंबर ऑफ एथलीट्स सेंट बाय कंट्री A in the 3 Olympic events together was 2270. So the total number of athletes sent by A was 2270. So I put this extra column of total 2270 उसके अंदर आ गया. And country B sent 350 more athletes than country C in event Y. So country B sent 350 more athletes than country C in event Y. But B has already sent 8Q, which is 350 more than C. So can I say C has sent 350 less than B?
Yes.
So if B has sent 8Q, then can I say that it has sent 8Q minus 350 athletes in C? यहां तक बराबर 6. Okay. Now it says in event Y. So in event Y, country A sent 3/4 the number of athletes sent by country B in the same Olympic event. So in event Y, A has sent 3/4 the number of athletes sent by B. B has sent how many in Y? 8Q. So can I say that 3/4 of 8Q is nothing but 6Q? So can I say the value of P will be the same as the value of 6Q? Because A में P send किया है and P is 3/4 of 8Q. So P should be equal to 6Q. So A has sent either P number of athletes which is equal to 6Q number of athletes. So can I say that A in X has sent 1.2 times 6Q?
7.
So can I say that it has sent a total of 7.2Q athletes? So P का मेरा झंझट ही खत्म हो गया. I don't need P anymore. Everything I can calculate in terms of Q. यहां तक समझ में आया सबको? पक्का? ना समझ में आया तो रोक लो. Because the more we get into it, the more not complicated, but there is a lot of data to be put. यहां तक clear छे? Okay. Now, so in event Y, A sent 3/4 of the number of athletes sent by B in the same event. Okay. Now, there was a decrease in 20% of athletes sent from event Y to event Z by country B. So from country Y, from Y to Z, if there was a 20% decrease, can I say 20% decrease means 80% of 8Q was sent? So 80% of 8Q, if I calculate, should be equal to 6.4 times Q. So can I say B has sent 6.4 times Q athletes in Z? Correct? 20% less is 80%. So 80% of 8 is 6.4 times Q. Okay. Next, the total number of athletes sent in event Z by the three countries together was 2090. So can I say in Z the total number of athletes is 2090? यहां तक तो ठीक ठाक ही है. Now the total number of athletes sent by country C in the three Olympic events together was 1250. So by C the total number of athletes was 1250. तो C का X plus Y plus Z का 1250 is the total. Next, country B sent 540 athletes in event X. So can I say B has sent a total of 540 athletes in event X? यहां तक मेरा डेटा कंप्लीट हो गया. Now can I do any resolution of this data further? Is there any information which we can now put in or which is missing? Think. इसके आगे मैं कैसे जाऊं? इक्वेशन कौन सा इक्वेशन बनेगा? कंट्री ए इन इवेंट Z कितना? कौन सा? So now this is the one data missing. Can I say this data let us put as alpha? So the horizontal row में can I make the equation 7.2Q plus 6Q plus alpha is equal to 2270? And vertical में can I say alpha plus 6.4Q plus 5Q is equal to 2090? So you have got two equations and two variables. Can you solve and give me the values of alpha and Q? Hmm? 2270 minus 7. Is equal to correct and 22. हाँ so solve करना आगे. हाँ solve तो कर. हाँ correct. solve करो दो simple linear equations हैं. अब कॉपी डाउन क्यों कर रहा है? इफ यू अंडरस्टूड इट तो टेबल से आ जाना चाहिए.
Send 9A, send 950 to C.
Easy to solve. कुछ खास है नहीं equations में. They look complicated but they're very very simple. आया दोनों value. Anybody having trouble in solving these linear equations?
Got on everything.
So, are you getting the value of alpha as 950? So now, if you are getting the value of alpha, you will get the value here as 950, and you will get the value of q equal to 100. जैसे q का वैल्यू मिल गया, आधा टेबल तो भर गया. So q is 100. Fill in every value. So 6.4 times 100 is 640. 8 times q
800
is equal to 800. 7.2 times q is 720. 6 times q is 600. 5 times q is 500. 8q minus 350 is equal to 450.
And that's 300 because
So अगर इन तीनों का total should be 1250. So 1250 minus 500 minus 450 gives you as 300. And इसका total अगर लगाना है तो अब तो simple हो गया.
1980.
Add these three, you will get the total here. Add these three, you will get the total here. Add these three, you will get the total here. So the entire table, and plus if you want to confirm, then the total of these three figures and the total of these three figures, they should match.
1600 and
Whatever. So now we have got the entire table. Who sent how many athletes to each sport?
1600
X में Y में तो 1850 है.
5 plus 14
1560.
5
Got the entire table, everyone?
Yes.
Okay, did not understand the linear equation part. Which part? ये नीचे वाला ये इक्वेशन कैसे बना वो समझ में नहीं आया निवान. Okay, just give me a minute. I'll show you how to solve the linear equation. I need to write it. Okay, I'm erasing it. Somebody will have to tell me the linear equation. 7.2q plus 6q, 13.2q plus alpha. So 13.2q plus alpha, that was equal to 2270, and the other equation was
9.4q plus alpha is
9.4q.
6.4.
I don't know, you have to tell me. 9.4 है 6.4 है. एक second. So 6.4q plus 5q is 11.4q. So 11.4q plus alpha is equal to 2090. How do you solve this? तो second equation के सारे terms को minus कर दो. तो alpha minus alpha तो cancel हो गया. 13.2q minus 11.4q, that is equal to 1.8q, and this is equal to 0 minus 0, 8, 180. So 1.8q is 180. Q is 180 divided by 1.8, which is equal to 100. So Q की वैल्यू 100 आ गई. किसी भी एक इक्वेशन में सब्स्टिट्यूट कर दो, अल्फा की वैल्यू मिल जाएगी. Understood, Nivan? Got it. Okay. So if you have understood, did everybody understand how to solve the entire set?
Yes.
Then answering the question should be an easy cakewalk. First one, What is the difference between the total number of athletes sent by country A and country B in the 3 Olympic events together? अब तो सिंपल टेबल में से उठाना है. First, you should get D as the answer, 290. Second one, find the ratio of the number of athletes sent by country A in event Y and Z together to that sent by country C in X and Y together. So A in Y and Z together is equal to 1550 and C in X and Y together is 750. So 0 0 cancel, 5 3 jar, 5 1 jar, 5 1 jar, 5 5 jar. So my answer should be 31:15. Next one. It is not like puzzles, they are puzzles. But if I remove them from the math section and put them in the data in the puzzle section, students will be so much happy. Maths nahi. So don't think of it as maths, think of it as logical reasoning puzzles. The number of athletes sent by country A and B in event Y together is what percentage approximately of the number of athletes sent by all the 3 countries in event X? So first of all, what is the number of athletes sent by A and B in Y together? 1400. So 1400 is what percentage of the number of athletes sent by all the 3 countries in event X? So event X में together how many? 0, 6. So 1560, right? So now I need to find out 1400 is what percentage of 1560. Percentage calculations आवड़ता है? तो क्या रो? थर्टी 35/39 तक तो सिंप्लीफाई हो जाता है. उसके बाद लाइफ में पंगे होते हैं, इसका डिवीजन नहीं आवड़ता है. अप्रोक्सीमेट कर दो. अप्रोक्सीमेटली 36/40 टाइप्स. 4 9s are 4 10s are हो गया रफली 90%.
You know, I went C because I knew it would be in decimals. I was like, the only one in decimals. C.
ओवरथिंक नहीं करने का, कैलकुलेट करने का. चलो. The average ticket price per athlete sent by country A in event X was 8,000 and the same for country C in event Z was 8,800. So what was the difference between the amounts spent? Approximation cannot be done. Yeah, it's a bit of a panga. This is just for those who don't understand too much of math. Approximation में कितना फर्क पड़ेगा? 1/35, 3% something का फर्क पड़ेगा. 87.5, yes, that's the problem. आया? So the average price per athlete country A in X 8,000 multiplied by 720. तो यहाँ पे मैं जीरोस का ज्यादा पंगा क्यों लूं? सेकंड मुझे क्या करना है? And the same for in events was 8,800. Country C in event Z was 500. तो एक तो नंबर ऑफ जीरोस कॉमन एलिमिनेट करो. दोनों में 4 जीरोस हैं तो सारे जीरोस को एलिमिनेट कर दो. So 8 2s are 16, 8 7s are 56, 5 8s are 40, 5 8s are 40, 44. So the difference is कैलकुलेशन सही किया?
Nice.
हाँ, 8 to the 16, 56, 57, 576. So 136. So only one option, 13.6. Right? So when zeros are there, eliminate them. वरना लंबा चौड़ा लिखने की गधा मजूरी करोगे, एंड में तो कैंसिल ही होना है. So forget the zeros. Equal number of zeros from both the numbers. हाँ? Because स्कूल में फंडामेंटल सिखाते हैं. वो स्ट्रांग होंगे तो ये सारे स्ट्राइक होंगे. स्कूल में हम पढ़ते ही नहीं है फंडामेंटल्स. चलो नेक्स्ट. Find the total number of athletes sent by all three countries in the three Olympic events together. 5500. Easy. Next. Simple set.
How many students are there?
Huh?
How many total students are there?
All the required information is on the screen. Done. ये फुली स्टॉप है. कहाँ पे? यहाँ पे कोई कमा नहीं है. एंड के पहले तो नहीं कमाते. हाँ, बहुत ही इजी है.
अबे हो गया, इतनी आई भी तो लिखा है.
तो ही पूछ रहा था.
अरे पर फिर मैंने देखा पढ़ा तो.
पढ़ लेना चाहिए पहले पूरा सेट. It's a pretty straightforward and easy set. Even the numbers are very conveniently given. Done. Okay. Easy. Huh? Dancing, swimming, cooking, boxing, karate, singing. Literally the last word. मैथ्स चौंक क्यों रहा है? बिगिनिंग ऑफ द सेशन में मैंने बोला तो था 3 घंटे मस्ती है.
Sum upon number plus swimming plus cooking amount.
इजी है, सारे ऐसे ही हैं. हाँ ऑब्वियसली बाकी चीजें भी इजी हैं. कौन बोलता है डिफिकल्ट होते हैं? इफ यू फील इट इज डिफिकल्ट. यू थिंक इट इज इजी. क्यों?
क्योंकि इतने में कौन करेगा?
जिसको कॉलेज में जाना है, अच्छे वाले, अपनी मर्जी वाले,
बाकी सबने किया
वो करेगा.
सारे हो गए.
हो गया.
Easy, right? If anybody is stuck, let's see how it is done. Pretty simple. 1 minute.
So 1 second.
कुछ लोग सीख जाते हैं. हो गया 6. Done. So in a summer camp, 6 different activities are organized. Each student is allowed to participate in only one activity. So the number of students who participate in dance, so let us say X number of students participate in dance. It is the average number of students who participate in swimming and cooking. So in swimming and cooking, if we have Y and Z number of students participating, then X is the average of Y and Z. So Y plus Z divided by 2 will be X. Then it says that 32% of the total number of students participate in cooking. So we know that 32% participate in cooking and it comes out to 288. So if I know that 32% of the entire quantity is 288, so the total 100% will be equal to how much? So 100 divided by 288 divided by 32. If you simplify this, you will get the total and that comes out to 900. So now we know that totally there are 900 number of people. Okay. Next, 5 by 18 of the total number of students participate in swimming. So in swimming, we have 5 by 18 of the total number of people. So that comes out to 250. So now we also know that swimming is 250 and cooking is 288. So 250 plus 288 divided by 2, we get the number of dancing students, which comes out to 269. डिवाइड बाई 2 में लफड़ा किया 264 अगर आया तो
कौन सा है?
कौन सा है नहीं ओके बेटा 250 प्लस 288 कितना होता है 8 प्लस 3 प्लस 5 डिवाइडेड बाई 2 2 1 2 2 जार 4 2 6 जार 12 2 9 जार 18 so 269 average divided by 2. Okay, now boxing and karate get the same number of students whose total is 12% of the students who participate in swimming. So in swimming, if we have 250 students, then 12% of 250, 12% of 250 is 30. 4.8 किधर से आया बे? 4.8 students क्या होता है? 0.8 यानी किसी का गर्दन काट दो 4.8 students. Oh. So 12% of 250 is 30. So half of them participate in boxing. So 30 का half, 15 students participate in boxing and karate में 15 students participate. So the only thing now left is singing. If you add up all these quantities and you subtract that sum from 900, those are the number of students in singing, which will turn out to be 63.
Sir, but shouldn't the equation come out to be boxing plus karate is equal to 12% of swimming plus singing?
Why?
Because and singing is there in the end.
It says boxing and karate get the same number of students, whose total is 12% of the students who participate in singing.
Okay.
And the rest of the students in swimming, and the rest of the students participated in singing. So one more important skill in data interpretation other than calculation, average, ratio and this is English. Interpreting the data also is linguistic skills. So now we know the individual number of students, exact numbers participating in each of this event. We also have the total. Answering the question should be a piece of cake. So first, एक second. Together is 3 or individual is 3. Let's take a look at the data. You're asking for boxing and karate, right? Now, boxing and karate get the same number of students whose total is 12% of the students who participated in swimming. So boxing plus karate is 30 and boxing and karate are equal. So both get half of 30. So 15 each. Okay. So now, if the ratio of the number of girls to the number of boys who participate in swimming is 2:3, right? In swimming, the total number was 250. So girls is to boys is 2:3. So 3/5 of 250. So the answer we are looking for is 150. Understood this one?
Yes.
Easy data. The number of students who participate in dancing is approximately what percentage of the total number of students who participate in the camp? So dancing was 269. The number of total students in the camp is 900. So 9 से अगर divide करूँ, 9 2 jar 18, 9 jar 81, 29 point something. So 29 point something, my closest answer comes to 30%. What is the ratio of the number of students who participate in karate to the number of students who participate in singing?
15 is to 60.
Karate is 15
5 is to 21.
and the number of students who participate in singing is
5 is to 25.
63. So 3 5s are 3 21 jar. So 5 is to 21, exact answer. Find the difference between the total number of students who participate in boxing, swimming, dancing and the total number of students who participate in cooking and karate. $231. Easy. And if the total number of boys who participate in the camp is 67% of the total number of students who participate in the camp, then what is the total number of girls who participate in the camp? क्या हुआ? This is pretty easy. If 67% is boys, that means 33% is girls. So you have to find out 33% of 900. So 33 multiplied by 9 ही करना है. 297.
Actually, how that possible?
हाँ? How what possible?
No, obviously, हाँ.
अरे वो 67 है तो 100.
Eligible. Of course, you may be assuming in the latest generation के not only boys, gender is not binary. नहीं, gender for questions is binary. Those who are not boys are all girls. चला, next. In fact, I don't want you to break your knuckle over this one. Let's do an easier one. इसमें तो सारे, I mean इसमें तो पंगे ही करो. हाँ?
तो गलत है.
इजी होता तो कॉन्फिडेंस आता, राइट? इसीलिए हटा दिया. मेरे को ही कॉन्फिडेंस नहीं है कि करोगे. होमवर्क में दे देता हूँ.
ये वाला
नहीं, पिछले वाला जो हटा दिया था. मस्त था. इजी नहीं था लेकिन अच्छा था. दिस इज इजी. पिछले वाला हटा दिया था मैंने. करना है वापस लेके आता हूँ. Done. Okay. इसीलिए तो डाला ये वाला. पहला वाला सबसे टफ डाल देने का. उसके बाद मीडियम वाले भी होंगे तो इजी लगने लगेंगे. क्वेश्चन पेपर में भी याद रखो, पहला क्वेश्चन अगर टफ निकले तो हैप्पी हो जाने का. ये ही टफ है, बाकी इससे ज्यादा टफ नहीं हो सकता. तो फिर मीडियम वाले भी इजी लगने लगेंगे. लोगों को मैथ से इतना परहेज क्यों, मेरे को समझ में नहीं आता. क्यों? तो उसके बाद आके कभी पूछा तो उसको सॉल्व कैसे करते हैं?
मैंने
हाँ? तो आके जो समझ में नहीं आया तो आके पूछने का ना, फिर कि समझ में नहीं आया है समझाओ. तुम लोग आके वो पेपर देने के बाद एक बार फिर से अटेम्प्ट किया कोई भी उसमें चीज के बाद में डाल दिया बाजू में रख के. करना चाहिए. पेपर खत्म करने के 3-4 दिन के बाद वापस एक बार बैठ के पूरा सॉल्व करने का, फिर उसके 4-5 दिन के बाद वापस एक बार पूरा सॉल्व करने का. हाँ, एब्सोल्युटली 3 महीने के बाद उस पेपर में से कोई भी क्वेश्चन पूछो 5 सेकंड में आंसर आ जाना चाहिए.
सर इसमें
इजी है. इट्स एक्चुअली वेरी इजी. थोड़ा बहुत अच्छा है. पप्पू है एक्चुअली. कुछ भी नहीं करना है. सी मैथ इज दैट सिंपल. क्लैट में कौन सा इससे बड़ा, या कोई भी एंट्रेंस एग्जाम में किससे बड़ा कौन सा अब आने वाला है?
Science students in my school will beg to disagree.
हैं?
Science students in my school will beg to disagree.
Non-technical entrance exams. Even the JEE paper, some of the questions which I have seen, people try to solve it using the traditional lamba chauda methods. and couple of questions I looked at them and it was like यार इसमें तो पपलू मेथड लगा के कर सकते हैं, and I actually was able to do it. Fundamentals, just by fundamentals. Exactly. Not just JEE, in fact everything. Option से कर देने का. JEE. JEE दे रही है.
140 sorry हो गया.
हो गया नहीं हुआ? The time was enough to do it 3 times. So there are 2 trains A and B. So A and B both offer 4 different type of coaches: general coach, sleeper coach, first class and AC. In train A there are a total of 700 passengers. So total 700 passengers in A, and train B has 30% more passengers than train A. So if A has 700, 30% of 700 is 210. 30% is 210. So 30% more. So B has a total of 910 passengers. Now it says 20% of the passengers of train A are in general coach. So 20% of train A, 700 ka 20% is 140. 1/4 of the total number of passengers in train A are in AC coaches. So 1/4 of 700 means half ka half. Half of 700, 350, 350 ka half, 175. So 175 passengers are in AC coach. 23% of the passengers of train A are in sleeper class. So 23 multiplied by 7 करना है sleeper में, we get a total of 161. So automatically इन तीनों को add करके 700 में से अगर subtract करूँगा, I will get first class, that is 224. Then remaining in first class, okay. Now total number of passengers in AC in both the trains is 480. So if the total number of passengers in AC is 480, then 480 minus 175, I get 305 passengers in B AC. 30% of the total number of passengers in B in sleeper. So 30% of 91 in sleeper. So 273 passengers in sleeper. 10% of total of B in first class. So 10%, that means 91 in first class, and remaining passengers in general. So addition of all these three, subtract from 910, you get the total number of passengers, which is equal to 241.
अरे मैं तो टोटल ए और बी की बात कर रहा हूँ.
बट क्या करना है, मेरे को तो बी का जी का चाहिए
सर
था.
आया क्वेश्चन.
आ गया तो करेंगे, अब नहीं आया तो कहता मंजूरी. Got all these numbers. Absolutely easy. Correct? So then the questions should be a cakewalk. What is the respective ratio between the number of passengers in first class of train A to the number of passengers in sleeper class of train B? The number of passengers in first class of train A, that is 224, to sleeper class of train B. Sleeper class of train B is 273.
sleeper class.
So 224 to 273. Now, data inadequate तो आंसर होगा नहीं, because I can calculate it. Numerator is less than the denominator, so 13:7 तो हो नहीं सकता. And if it is 7:13, 7 का almost double is 13, 7 का double is 14, slightly less than double. 224 का double should be 448, and this number is nowhere close to double of that. तो 713 तो हो नहीं सकता. So my only पंगा is none of these. अगर none of these के साथ पंगा लेना नहीं है, तो you will have to simplify it. But none of these के साथ अगर पंगा लेने को तैयार हो, तो पॉसिबली 32:39 इफ यू नो हाउ टू सिंप्लीफाई दिस. किससे सिंप्लीफाई होगा? 7 से हो जाएगा.
17.
सो अगर 7 से मैं करता हूं तो क्या होता है? 7 3s are 21, 7 2s are 14, 7 3s are 21, 9s are पति क्यू 32:39 एग्जैक्ट आंसर आ गया. और 7 से स्ट्राइक नहीं होता है कि दोनों डिवाइड होंगे, तो भी एलिमिनेशन से थोड़ा बहुत पास तो आ ही सकते हो. ईदर वे यू विल गेट द एग्जैक्ट आंसर. एलिमिनेशन मींस ऑप्शंस के थ्रू बोल रहा हूं. आवड़ी क्यू.
Yes.
The total number of passengers in general coach of A and AC coach of train B. General coach of A
545.
and AC
440.
देख क्या मतलब?
545. None of these मार करके आएगा.
सर
हाँ, लेकिन 545 अगर बोलता और चेक नहीं करता तो none of these मार्क कर देता आंसर. Take a second extra but do the calculations properly. Next. What is the difference between the number of passengers in the AC coach of train A and total number of passengers in sleeper and first class together of train B?
स्लीपर
So 196. नहीं सर एक
My numbers correct? I don't know. What was the sleeper and first class together was equal to 199. 199 कैसे आया बे? 273 प्लस 91 कितना होता है?
365.
एंड उसमें से मुझे सब्ट्रैक्ट ही करना है. सो 5 4 9 2 1 8 1. So 189, which is नोटा. हैं? हैं? कैसे?
पता नहीं.
5
I showed you the entire calculation on the board now.
ऐड नहीं करना.
ऐड करके भी कहां से 574 आएगा?
पता नहीं, इसके आ रहा है.
लो सुना.
कहाँ पे एरर किया?
मैंने डेट ही गलत लिखा है सर.
सर फिर भी किसी का भी सब्ट्रैक्शन 574 कोई नहीं सकता.
नहीं.
अरे डेटा गलत लिखा हो तो हो सकता है.
डेटा गलत लिखा हो, प्लस माइनस में लोचा किया हो, 3 + 3 = 9 लिखा हो, सब कुछ हो सकता है. मैथ्स है. Total number of passengers in general class coaches in both the trains together is approximately what percentage of the total number of passengers in train B? 241 है.
सर 141
141 है.
241 सर. तो 281 आएगा. सर 281 है.
281 आएगा.
क्या कर रहे हो?
241 और 140.
ये नाम की बोल रहे हैं.
ये 141 41
हाँ तो 281 आएगा ना.
What is the number of passengers in general coach?
140 and 141.
What is the total number of passengers in general coach of B? 241.
सर तो फिर
140.
तूने लिखा है तो मैं क्या करूं?
मैं पूछ रहा हूँ. ठीक है सही.
गलत है. 241 है.
क्या बात है?
ऐड करके देख. 241 प्लस 273 प्लस 91 प्लस 305. 1 2 3 4 5 10 1 10 17 21 4 5 6 7 8 9.
141.
बेटा मैथ्स में इतना तोप नहीं हो लेकिन इतना कमजोर भी नहीं हो. 241 है. So this total is 381 divided by what percentage of total number of passengers in train B, which is 910. So 381 is what percentage of 910? Calculate करो उस
इसलिए ऑलरेडी पेरेंट्स वाला ने एक बार उसमें नहीं दिया था ऑलरेडी परसेंटेज जनरल पेमेंट का
क्या चीज
38%.
कहाँ पे पैराग्राफ ये रहा कहाँ पे
या तो 42 है
रिमेनिंग है
ना so if you 42 roughly you will get 42% roughly आंसर आना चाहिए आवड़ा and if the cost of per ticket of first class is 450 then what is the total amount generated from first class coaches of train A
अरे इकाई
One lakh 800. 1,08,000. 1,08,000. Option 3. Option 3. Gaining conscious.
got this one Paka from a class of a total of 200 students appeared in an exam consisting of 3 papers P1, P2, P3. 56 passed in 1, 63 in 2, 56.5 in 3, 11 only in 1 and 2, 8 only in 1 and 3, 22 in all 3 and no student failed. So individually kitne pass, kitne fail per subject you will have to find out. Think how exactly you will go about solving this. Huh? Percentage?
पहले दिन में तो निकालना ही पड़ेगा P1 P2 P3
हाँ
ये
हाँ
क्या कैलकुलेशन करना
कैलकुलेशन तो pretty easy है
क्योंकि into 2 ही करने सारे
परसेंटेज को डबल कर दो तो नंबर आ गया बिकॉज लिटिल इट इज 200 how exactly are you going to get the information out from this think Rishit yes
सब्ट्रैक्ट करके 11,000 पास होती है P1 और P2 तो फिर उसका जो आएगा तो ये
जो करना हो I'll give you some time think
पास के नॉन थ्री पेपर मतलब हाँ मतलब
so you could have passed all three you could have failed only in one you could have failed in two you could have failed all three but
okay
nobody
I
failed
got
all
the
three.
data
So how many passed only in P1
16.
only only
112.
अरे मतलब P1 में टोटल पास होगा 1 लेकिन only 16 क्योंकि 8 passed only in paper 1 8%
हाँ?
16 देखा ना 8 passed only in paper 1
and paper 3
तो
सर ये तो वो वेन डायग्राम वाला है ना हाँ
है?
इजी रहेगा बहुत
चीटिंग के अलावा कुछ भी कर सकते हैं पेपर में जिससे आंसर आ जाए एंड ऑब्वियसली वेन डायग्राम इज इजीएस्ट मेथड टू
सही है ना
वेन डायग्राम क्या होता है
मैथ्स वाले नहीं है
सेट थियरी इंटरसेक्शन यूनियन
सर नहीं लिया मैं
ना
नहीं लिया मैं
so how does it matter नहीं लिया 8 and 10 standard का stuff है 8 standard stuff
वही ना स्टैंडर्ड इंटररिलेशनशिप
स्कूल में था हमने नहीं पढ़ा है कौन से स्कूल में था
गम नहीं है
अरे उद्गम में तो बिंदास पढ़ाया होगा सेट थे यूनियन इंटरसेक्शन
नहीं है ये सब अभी का अप्लाइड का जितने भी हम कर चुके हैं बस
नहीं अप्लाई नहीं है सर 10th में नहीं
मैंने 10th में पढ़ा हुआ है
आपने पढ़ा हुआ
नहीं पढ़ा है तो छोड़ इजी 3 मिनट का सवाल है 3 मिनट में सीख जाएगा
हो गया था
सब हो गया जिसको आवड़ता है वो तो करे
हो गया
makes sense.
Set theory is literally the easiest thing to do with Venn diagrams.
You have to use a pen and paper to double a number.
56.5, 50 का डबल, 6 का डबल, 0.5 का डबल, so 100 plus 12 plus 1.
Only 10 students pass in P1 and P3. Only 10 pass in P1 and P3.
100 plus 12. Wait. 100 plus 12.
100 plus 12 is 112. How is 100 and plus 12 120?
स्टूडेंट्स है
मैडम ब्रेकफास्ट करके आया हूँ
का टोटल करना है
तो फिर ऐसे बच्चे इसीलिए
मैं तू नहीं
सारा पेट में ब्रेकफास्ट डाइजेस्ट हो रहा है इसलिए नींद आ रही है नो ब्रेकफास्ट फ्रॉम टुमारो ताकि ऑल द ब्लड गोस टू द ब्रेन कम ऑन 100 plus 12 is 112 literally the easiest calculation and plus 1 113 हां
इसका सर इसको
सर ये जो 8% है
हां
वो फाइंड करने के लिए P1 plus P3
हां
उसका 8% करेंगे
P1 and P3 मिला के 8% है
इसने 200 का 8% किया है और बोला कि इतने P1 and P3 में
अब तो 200 में से 8% ने सिर्फ P1 and P3 में पास किया है
हाँ, तो
16 लोगों ने P1 P3 में पास किया और P2 में फेल किया है
कब का बोल रहा हूँ समझ नहीं
हैं
तो मैं
anyone done with this done
इंफॉर्मेशन क्या क्या निकाला
इंडिविजुअली सिर्फ P1 में कितनों ने पास किया है सिर्फ P2 में कितनों ने पास किया है सिर्फ P3 में कितनों ने पास किया है P1 and P2 पास P3 फेल कितने हैं P2 P3 पास P1 फेल कितने हैं P1 P3 पास P2 फेल कितने हैं एंड तीनों में पास कितने हैं so every 6 categories and you have to write these okay चलो बच्चा लोग हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू आर टोटली स्टक नहीं आवड़ता है क्या करना है
मेरे को नहीं आता मेरा सारा डेटा निकाल देता मैं निकाल
कितना निकाला
पास P3 में कितने हुआ P2 में P3 में कितना फेल हुआ P2 में कितना फेल हुआ है
हाँ।
पास हुआ है
हाँ।
मतलब P2 P3 का टोटल हुआ
चलो
और एक निकल दिया वो नो मैं नहीं ट्राई करना लगा
ओके टाइम दूं या बताऊं
मैं बता दूं मैं
44
चलो now in a sum like this right it is given that there are three categories P1 P2 P3 and there is a multiple possible of combinations so before I go to this first let us take a look at a simple thing where if there are only two categories let us assume that there are only two subjects A and B right so I could have a combination of students who have passed in both A and B then I will have those students who have passed in A and failed in B then I would have students who have passed in B and failed in A and then I could have students who have failed in both the subjects so for representing data like this one very easy method is called the method of Venn diagrams where the first circle represents A the second circle represents B which means if something is put in the common area it means that that person has passed in both A and B so if I put something in this particular area it means that the person has passed only in A if I put something in this area it means the person has passed only in B and if I put something outside it means that the person has failed in both these subjects so in this particular table in this particular diagram if I put 5 in the common area 10 here 15 here and 20 outside how do I interpret this data there are 5 students who have passed in both A and B there are 10 students who have passed in A and failed in B
including those 5
there are 15
No,
there are 10 students who have passed in A and failed in B. There are 15 students who have passed in B and failed in A. There are 20 students who have failed in both. Now, how many students have passed A? So that would be 10 plus 5, 20. वही तो नहीं बोल रहा था. 10 is the number of students who have passed A and failed B. But the number of students who have passed A is 15, because those who have passed A would include failed B or passed B. So it depends on the question. If I am asked how many have passed A but failed B, then 10. But if the question is how many have passed A, then 15. Similarly, how many have passed B?
20.
How many total students are there in the class? So the total number of students is the sum of all the numbers. 10 plus 5, 15, plus 15, 30, plus 20, a total of 50 students. 20, if they are outside, that means neither of them. यहाँ तक समझ में आवड़ी गई? So using the same concept, if there are a total of 3 subjects, I can put P1, I can have P2, and I can have P3. So this central area, it represents those who have passed all 3. This particular area would represent passed P1, passed P2, failed P3. This area, passed P2, passed P3, failed P1. This area, passed P1, passed P3, failed P2. Here only P1, here only P2, and this is only P3. And if there is someone who has failed all 3 subjects, it will be totally outside the 3 circles. So now let us take a look. It says the class has a total of 200 students. So any percentage value multiply by 2, you will get the numerical value. Because 200 is 100%. So just multiply by 2 the percentage, you will get a numerical value. Easy. Now, it says 56% of the students passed in paper P1.
That's 112.
So 56% is 112 students. So in P1 the total number is 112, but I cannot put it in the table because I don't know which part to put it in.
You have to still include those, no? अभी उनको include करना बाकी है तो.
कौन से 4 में से किस में डालूं मुझे नहीं पता. Now it says 63 passed in P2. So 63 means 126 students passed in P2. And it says 56.5 passed in P3. So that means 56.5 into 2, a total of 113 students passed in P3. Now 11 students passed only in paper P1 and P2. So P1 and P2 11% is 22 students. So only P1 and P2 means not P3. So यहाँ पे 22 आ गए. 8% passed only in P1 and P3. So only P1 and P3 8%. That means 16 students यहाँ पे आ गए. 22% passed in all 3. So 22% means 44 passed in all 3. Now my table can be completed because if I know P1 का total is 112 और यहाँ पे 3 areas आ गए 22, 44 and 16. So the remaining from 112 will be in this area. So can I say that 22 plus 44 66, 66 plus 16 is equal to 82. So 112 minus 82, 30 students are there who have exclusively passed in P1. ये पार्ट समझ में आया? Similarly, now can you give me any other number?
P2 में 60 इधर.
कहाँ पे?
वो डैश किया ना आपने.
कौन सा?
Only in P2.
यहाँ पे 60 कैसे?
सर वो 22 plus 44
हाँ,
तो हो गया 66. 126 minus 66.
वो इन दोनों का कंबाइंड होगा ना?
हाँ.
तो एक्सक्लूसिव कौन से में? इसमें कितना और इसमें कितना? इन दोनों का कंबाइंड है 66,
हाँ.
बट इंडिविजुअली कितना?
66 तो इसमें और
126 minus 66.
You know this figure. You know this figure. Do you know here and here A and B की वैल्यू दोनों पता है? So you can say A plus B is 126 minus 66, which is equal to 60. इन दोनों का combined figure is 60. Similarly, you can say A plus C is equal to 113 minus 60. So 113 minus 60 is 53. So A plus C is 53, A plus B is 60. But individually, what is the value? I don't know.
Sir,
Individual values मुझे किसी का नहीं पता.
B plus नहीं
इसके आगे कुछ नहीं कर सकते. सम यहाँ पे अटक जाता है.
तो आप
क्वेश्चन पे डिपेंड करेगा अभी. यहां तक समझ में आ गया?
हाँ सर
पक्का? So now, what is the ratio of the students? First of all, how many students passed in paper 2 and paper 3 but failed in paper 1?
सर वो नेक्स्ट एंड पेपर
इसके आगे मैं कुछ कैलकुलेट कर सकता हूं कि नहीं कर सकता? Technically, you can go ahead from this. Actually, it is possible to calculate all the values exactly. Let's take a look at it once again. Actually, you can complete the table.
मैंने बोला ना उधर आएगा
Let's see. कैसे? अभी तक क्या क्या डेटा डाला था? This was P1, this was P2, this was P3, right? This was 30. ये कितना था?
44
44. This was 22. This was 16. Then so P2 का कितना था?
P2 126
126. Then this was 113 and this was
112
112. Okay. इसके आगे हम क्या? We also know that the total of all is supposed to be 200. So if I put this as A, if I put this as B, and if I put this as C,
A plus B plus
A plus B should be equal to how much? 126 minus 66, which is equal to 60. A plus C is equal, B plus C, B plus C is 113 minus 60, which is equal to 53. Also, can I calculate what is the value of A plus B plus C? A plus B plus C will be 200 minus 112, which is equal to 88. So if I know A plus B plus C is 88 and A plus B is 60, then can I calculate C is equal to 28? Similarly, A plus B plus C is 88, B plus C is 53, then A will be equal to 35. And if A is 35 and so B should be equal to 25. हो गया. The entire table now you can do it.
सर एक सेकंड
हो गया था. Did everybody understand this part? Venn diagram ना भी आवड़ता हो तो this is easy to understand, right? So the question should be easy to solve now. How many students passed in P2 and P3 but failed in P1?
25
Passed in P2 and P3 but failed in P1, that is section B.
25
So that is equal to 25. What is the ratio of the number of students who passed only in P2 to the number of students who passed in P3 only?
35/28, so 5/4. 3.
35 is to 28, 7 5s are 7 4s are.
5:4
So answer is 5 is to 4. Number of students who passed in P1 only is what percentage of the number of students who passed in P1 and P3 but failed in P2?
P1 and P3 but
P1 only as a percentage of the students who passed in P1 and P3 but failed in P2. Only P1 is 30, only P1 and P3 is 16.
हाँ.
So 30 is what percentage of 16? Obviously 100 से तो ज़्यादा ही होगा.
157.
Almost double है.
187.5.
Almost double है. So almost double. The only value possible is 187. Calculate करने की जरूरत नहीं है. Approximation से आ जाएगा. Got this one? Number of students who passed in at most one paper is what percentage of the total number of students in the class? At most one paper
85 about.
means 30 plus 35 plus 28, 65 plus 28, 93, 93 by 200, 93 का half, 46.5. So 46.5. And last, difference between the number of students who passed in paper 3 and the number of students who passed only in paper 3.
126.
Passed in paper 3 is 113, only paper 3 is 28, 85. Avdi Q, any doubts in this? So that's it, done for the session.